Where have you gone, God Emperor? Why have you left me here? I have served you my entire life. I have lived for no one but you. Why, God? Why have you abandoned me? They are coming. By the Emperor, they are coming. Save me, Savior of mankind. Save me. Admiral Dallin sat atop his command throne, bored. He was a well-built man, short brown beard, well-groomed along with a healthy head of hair. He stood a powerful 6 feet tall and never lacked a booming voice when he needed one. They had been separated from the fleet for weeks now, a miscalculation warp traveling bringing them to the middle of the galaxy's nowhere. There was help on the way, supposedly. He was anything but worried, though. The crew had months, if not years, of rations aboard. He wasn't entirely sure where they were, though. The Auspex was nothing but a blur, and there wasn't a system within billions of light years. The last he had heard on the comms was Admiral Kaladesh, promising the retrieval of his crew, so he sat. The bridge had gone silent days ago, the crew quickly running out of things to do and talk about after about 2 weeks. One of the crewmen sat up excitingly, bringing the attention of the entire bridge. He was a shorter man, his thin but muscular forearms showing from his rolled-up sleeves. His black, greasy hair had not been well kept, but Dallin let it go due to the circumstances. "Sir," he stammered energetically, "I think I found something." "Well," started Dallin. "Go on, then." "I'm not too sure, but it looks to be a vessel. The Auspex isn't exactly working well, but from what I can tell, it's an object of some sort, coming straight for us. It looks to be about 300 kilometers away and approaching slowly. One of ours." Unsure, sir." Dallin rose from his seat and peered through the glass steel of the bridge. There was nothing there but the dark inkiness of the void. "I don't see anything. Inform me if it reaches within 200 kilometers of us." "Sir?" "Speak." "It now indicates it is within 150 kilometers of us." "That's impossible." Dallin squinted out the window. "It's been seconds," they said in silence for a moment until the crewmate spoke again. 50 kilometers, sir." Sweat began to form on the man's brow along with many others within the bridge. "Attempt to hail them," Dallin commanded. They waited another few seconds. "No answer, sir," spoke the comms woman. She was a tall, blonde-haired girl. She was new to the Emperor's halo, only having served for about 6 months. Dallin could see something now, forming through the darkness. His heart rose into his mouth for a moment as he witnessed a massive black shape slowly seep through the ink. It pulsed a dim red light as it lumbered towards them. "By the Emperor," he started. "What is that?" Then it was gone, blurring out of existence. He stood shocked for a moment before bellowing, "Battle stations, men! I don't know what that is, but I got a bad feel—" He was cut off as something within the ship rumbled with fury. Alarm klaxons began to blare and red flashing lights pierced the air.
"Center hall breached,"
A servitor began to drone.
"Large opening, damage critical. Xenos detected within all levels of the ship. Warning, warning."
"To arms, men! You will defend this ship with your lives! For the Emperor! For the Imperium!" Dallin ran to his command throne and unslung his ornate las rifle from its rear. The lights went dark. The emergency lights kicked in, drowning them all with a blood-red haze. No, that wasn't just the lights. The room was literally full of a bloody mist. "By all that is holy," muttered Dallin. Another flash of red, and there was a monster in front of him. A giant metallic skeleton of a man stood hulking in front of him, red liquid leaking from every nook and crevice. Then, they were all dead. Blood splattered the walls as bright red blades swung and beams of crimson flew out of sadistic-looking rifles. His entire bridge crew had evaporated in mere seconds. The metal man looked down at him almost amusingly. Dallin's hand shook with fear as he dropped his rifle and ran. As he sprinted, he could hear horrible metallic laughter behind him. The halls were all filled with the same bloody mist, and he could hear screams around every corner. He turned down a hallway only to see another one of the monsters. It slammed a woman into the wall, her bones crunching upon impact. The thing looked up on Dallin, and he turned to run once again. He ran for what seemed like hours until he could run no more. They were everywhere. There was nothing he could do. He would die here along with his ship. He whispered a fearful prayer to the Emperor, and all became silent. He sat in an octagonal room, a small viewpoint above him. He could hear the ringing of metal. Was it bells? A bright gleaming light shone through the viewport above, cutting through the mist. His eyes welled in tears. The Emperor had come to save him. His faith and service was finally rewarded. The light faded as something walked into Dallin's vision, silhouetted by the shine. The ringing, too, stopped as the being halted. Salvation? Dallin stammered. The word died in his throat as blood-red eyes looked up from within the shadow. A slow grinding of laughter sounded from the thing.
Where is your emperor now?
It spoke, its voice cruel and impossibly deep. It placed a hand upon Dallin's throat, raised him to eye level, and snapped his neck.